The villagers whispered about the creature that haunted the depths of Blackwood Forest, a place children were warned to steer clear of after sunset. In the heart of the woods, long ago, there supposedly lurked a being known as the Nuckelavee, a twisted amalgamation of horse and man, its skin a mottled patchwork of decay and bloody scars, with fiery red eyes that gleamed like molten coal. But over the years, the stories had become folklore, exaggerated tales told to scare the most restless children. Until one foggy autumn evening, Emma had always been skeptical of such stories. She was a rational girl, fond of her books, her science class, her weekends in the small-town library. But her best friend, Lucas, was a firm believer in the supernatural, always whispering about the cursed things lurking just beyond the veil of reality. When Lucas dared Emma to venture into Blackwood on a dare, she hesitated but caved in, motivated more by curiosity than fear. They entered the forest as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch and twist into familiar shapes, forms that might have been tree branches or obscured figures watching them. Emma took her flashlight, its beam slicing through the darkness, and Lucas carried a small camera, eager to document any proof of the unexplainable. The air grew thick and still, the silence broken only by their footsteps and the distant cry of an owl. As they journeyed deeper, the forest seemed to change. The trees grew closer together, their twisted limbs forming a tangled canopy that blocked out the moonlight. An unnatural chill crept up Emma's spine, and she shivered, clutching her jacket tighter. Suddenly, their lights flickered, and a strange, sickly smell filled the air, a blend of decay and something metallic. "Did you smell that?" Emma asked, voice trembling. Lucas nodded, eyes wide. Ahead, through a break in the trees, they saw it, a large, hulking figure. At first, Emma thought it was a fallen branch, but as they drew closer, the terrible realization dawned. It was not a tree, but something alive, or something that once had been. The creature was lying motionless but remarkably large, its mottled, scarred skin glistening with a faint, oily sheen in the low light. Suddenly, the creature's eyes snapped open, revealing glowing, malevolent crimson orbs. Emma staggered back, her heart pounding like a drum in her chest. The beast's massive horse-like head lifted, and it let out a guttural snarl that reverberated through the trees like a thunderclap. Its body was an abomination of flesh and bone, seams ripped open to expose raw, bleeding muscle underneath. The Nuckelavee, or what looked like it, staggered to its feet, movements jerky and unnatural. Its horse body bore battered armor, twisted and rusted, as if it had been chained within the forest for centuries. Its face, or what remained of it, was a grotesque mask of scars, with savage teeth flashing as it roared again. Emma froze, her mind racing. They were in its domain. This was no longer a myth. The creature was real, and it was angry. She grabbed Lucas's arm desperately. "Run!" she shouted, voice cracking. They fled through the woods, branches scratching at their faces and hands, the creature's thundering footsteps echoing behind them. The beast's piercing, blood-red eyes seemed to glow brighter as it pursued them, its snarls turning into screams of rage. The forest seemed to twist around them, as if alive and hostile, guiding them away from safety. They burst into a small clearing near the edge of the woods, just as the creature's shrill cry faded behind them. Gasping for breath, Emma and Lucas stumbled onto the path that led back to town. The creature's echoing growls had vanished, but Emma could still feel the weight of those fiery eyes burning into her mind. The next morning, the villagers found a strange, unearthly stillness in Blackwood Forest. No sign of Emma or Lucas. Only strange footprints, hoofprints larger than any human's, running in a frantic zigzag pattern, leading inward. And in the center of the clearing, a faint trail of blood, sparking whispers among the villagers that perhaps some part of the myth was true. That something had come to life from the legends and was now lurking just beyond the veil of the known world. Emma and Lucas were never seen again. But sometimes, on silent nights, those who walk near the edge of Blackwood swear they hear the distant, echoing snort of a beast, labored and angry, caged in some dark corner of the forest, and see flickering red eyes peering from the shadows, waiting for the next foolish soul to cross its path.